What's going on, everybody? Are you ready for some Eddie Van Halen tones? I'm going to show you how to build a pedalboard rig in GarageBand here that's focusing on the first album, Van Halen 1. So this should just get you close enough to build a rig and have some fun with. So let's get started and get into it. Alright, for the signal chain, I'm going to be using my homemade Frankenstrat replica. It's got a real EVH Frankenstrat humbucker, but any guitar that you might have laying around that just has a humbucker type of sound should do nicely for this combination. And then my guitar will get sent through the interface into GarageBand, so I'll show you the amp setup and the pedalboard setup that I created. Okay, so here we are in GarageBand, so I'm going to go over and select the amplifier setting first. And the amp that I'm working on today is going to be the this vintage British head. Choose your brown cabinet, 4x12. Got the condenser 87 microphone, and you see I've got it placed almost in the very center of the cone, but it's far back. I found I like that tone and the brightness that it achieves right in that position. I think it sounds very good. Here you can see the settings on the amplifier. Gain's at about 5. You could even roll that back slightly. The gain doesn't always need to be quite that high. You could maybe back that off a little bit, because you could even achieve a little bit more with some of the pedal combinations. So just adjust that to taste. And bass at 4, mids 7.5, trebles at 7. Got a little bit of reverb on. You can turn that off if you had a final mix. You can add reverb on the total mix, but for just isolating the guitar, it's nice to have a little bit of reverb on this amp, as Eddie had a little bit on his effects. Got presence at 6.5 and the master's at 5. So if you find this video is helping you achieve some cool tones, go ahead and hit that like button. Oh! Tap that subscribe button so you can see all my future videos.
Oh, yes!
Alright, next I'll show you the pedal combination that I built. Oh, one other thing is in this drop down menu you can see I have some other customized amp settings that I created. So as you create one, you can go up to Save As, and you can actually name it anything that you want, and you can save all of your preset amp settings. So it's a very nice feature. Alright, so to start off, I'll show you the just the bare sound, no pedals, no effects, going through this particular amp. So it's got a nice tube-driven sound. Obviously it's modeled after the Marshall sound. So that is, if you're using the levels that I described, that'll get you a nice foundation for the sound. Okay, next go over to the Pedalboard Selector. Pop this open. I'll drag the window so it's a little larger so you can see better. The one thing about the Pedalboard Selector in GarageBand is the pedals go in reverse order that you would normally use real pedals. So that's kind of weird, but whatever, it works. So here I'll show you how to build this pedalboard here. So first, let's drag this out here. First you're going to throw in the roto phase pedal here. Going to have your rate fairly low, 0.26 hertz. Intensity is going to be very low, maybe somewhere around 10, a little bit under that. Clicking on the phase, here's what that sounds like. So that will give you a nice long sweep. Next, drag down your menu here, throw in that flanger. I don't use the flanger a lot, but that will get you the sound for a couple of songs such as Running with the Devil and Ain't Talking About Love. So he's got a pretty wide sweep on that. Mix, depth is pretty wide. Got different wave types here. Alright, next pedal, let's throw in the retro chorus pedal. Once again, Eddie doesn't use the chorus on every pedal, but it comes in handy for some select songs and solos. Okay, the next major part of his tone is he used to use the Echoplex delay, and this tape delay effect on the pedal board will give you a nice slapback type sound. So you're going to have your time at about 240 millisecond for a nice slapback, but you don't want a lot of feedback from it, and you don't want to have a lot of repeats. You're really just going to be using it as one slapback. Oh, gotta turn it on. Turn that up a little bit to 250. A little more feedback. Just a little bit of slapback delay there. Okay, next we're going to add a little bit more drive. So grab this vintage drive, put that in line here. Pick up the level, adjust your tone. Don't need a lot of drive. Going to put that about 10 o'clock. Tone's about in the middle. Bring up your level. So that pedal will really increase your gain significantly. Adjust it to taste. And to finish off the pedal board, throw in this graphic EQ. And all you really want to do is this gives you a nice bump up in some of the mid frequencies. Do a little A/B test here. Actually, I'm going to turn off the phase. Turn off that phase. Do some A/B testing here. Turn on the EQ. A little bit too high in the mids, but what I'll do is pull up the preset that I made here. There we go. So here's the settings that I had for my EQ. As you can see, I had the drive down a little bit lower. Chorus, turn on my tape delay. There we go. Alright, so those are the basic settings that you can start with in GarageBand. Obviously you can adjust them to your taste, but that should get you pretty darn close to some pretty sweet Eddie Van Halen tones.